In athletics, I believe that the first 10% of the race is usually a rush, a dash. And even the last 10% of the race is very fast. But the 80% of the race, that is starting from point number 10% to point number 90%, it is usually a calculated race. Things have happened in the last few days, if not few hours, that have made the race very, very interesting. The major one being that at the very end, the tail end of the race, a letter from SADC has gone round that SADC countries should rally behind the Madagascar candidate. The letter is a request. The letter talks of SADC was supposed to sit together. SADC was supposed to go and decide either at the foreign affairs ministerial level or at the head of state level to discuss on the candidature. But this one has come late, and it is an appeal to all SADC countries to stand by their candidate, who is the Madagascar. In the letter, it is alleged that when Mauritius and Madagascar both had candidates, it was not decided whom they will support. But now they only have a Madagascar candidate. It is requesting the Madagascar candidate, the SADC people to rally behind the Madagascar. The letter has some shortcomings. One, the Mauritius candidate did not resign recently. He resigned a long time ago. Why didn't they sit down and discuss? Why this very late? Are they planning to be seen to please the Madagascar candidate so that the Madagascar candidate does not see it as if he has been betrayed by SADC? That one, I think it has a lot to leaves for desire. But then SADC is known to be standing by its people, so we don't just rule it off just that way. It can change everything. He was a spoiler, but now he was a spoiler, but things have now changed. That it is now a three-way move. Alarm should go to the two candidates because any of the three candidates can be knocked out in the first round. Another thing to watch is that one member of the SADC who has promised to support Raila. So I'm saying that one thing to notice is that some members of the SADC may have committed themselves to support either the Djibouti candidate or Raila. Now that there is a SADC candidate, that brings a lot of problem. Remember, Raila had 28 candidates and he required 32. So some of those 28, and especially voters number 21, no, number 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 are not coming out openly. They have not yet come out openly. And so these might be people from SADC. So as Kenyans, we should be pre-warned that we had reached 28 and we may even go lower. Please remember that. Also, supposing SADC country gang up and support their person. If they support their person, then there is three scenarios. Scenario number one is after the first roll of voting, any of the three candidates can be out. The Madagascar fellow can be out. Raila can be out or the Djibouti fellow can be out. Remember, we were assuming that we are going to second round with Djibouti and Raila, but now chances of the third Madagascar fellow being there makes it that the supporters of Djibouti fellow and the Kenyan fellow have to be concerned, because uh, we may now start thinking of how our candidate cannot make it to the second round. But then, what will happen to whoever will be out? What will happen to their supporters? Let us not even imagine of Raila being out, because if Raila is out the first round, which I don't see, but suppose it happens, then that is the end of our his supporters guessing. Supposing the Djibouti fellow is knocked out in the first round, most of the Djibouti supporters are French-speaking countries and they're Arabs. Well, of course, the French-speaking countries would most likely support the Madagascar fellow, but what about the Arab countries? So we have to look into that. Suppose it is the Madagascar fellow who goes out. What will happen to the SADC countries? That is what we are trying to investigate. But what I have to tell you, and what I'm convinced is Raila will not be knocked out in the first round, and we just wait to see who of the other two is knocked out, and then see what his supporters will turn to. Will it be to Raila or will it be to the other candidate? God save Africa. Amen.